So the first anime to end from this anime season is Gate. Now, I want to talk about a few things. Before I talk about this finale, a bunch of Chibits last week, and I think the week before, when I made a video saying, like, you know, this is only going to have, like, 12 episodes, I remember a bunch of Chibits telling me that, no, this is going to have 24 episodes, it's going to continue on, and which it is continuing on, but technically this season only has 12 episodes. Now, personally, I was unaware of it was going to have 24 episodes. I was actually unaware of that. But now knowing that it just ends like this, like, for some reason, the scheduling of this changed. Like, supposedly, it was going to be 24 episodes, but for some reason, Gate was split in half to where the second half is going to be coming out in January. So, I wonder exactly what happened, because I know that it's been coming out in Raw regularly, like, in proper time, but Crunchyroll has been having a lot of issues when it comes to it having subtitles, like production issues every Friday, and that is why Gate has been coming out every Saturday. And I mean, this is like, I think 3 weeks in a row, and this is the final episode of Gate Season 1, and I really wonder what is going on with Gate, for it to kind of have production issues, for Crunchyroll to be having trouble to where, you know, it can't translate it until a Saturday, and then also how it just all of a sudden got split in half, and then it's going to be thrown to winter season. I wonder what is really going on right now, but I'm glad that we're going to have a continuation. I'm glad it's just not ending here and we're not going to have any more. I'm glad we are having more episodes of Gate in the future. So now that I've got that out of the way, the episode. Of course, since we do know there's going to be another season, the episode leaves us on a cliffhanger, kind of like I somewhat predicted. I mean, they couldn't possibly finish all the plot threads of what they set up with last week's episode with Itami going on his trip to the girl wanting to get help for the fire dragon. So, all these plot threads did not get concluded with this episode, which was to be expected since, you know, it's going to be split in half. So this episode, majority of it was actually just set up for the next season. Like, it was an episode that didn't really feel like a finale. I feel like there's something going on right now with Gate, because it felt like it just got split up out of nowhere, and this didn't even feel like a finale of a season. Like, we may be having another season, but usually when you have like a split cord to where, you know, another season's coming out, usually kind of feels like a little bit of a tiny conclusion until the next season comes, and that's not exactly how this felt. And so, it felt like we were supposed to get, like, the next episode next week. That's how this episode felt to me. And I'm like, that's odd. It's really odd. Okay, so, in the episode, it has it to where Elf Girl, she comes to the town searching for the Namekians. She wants help, and she's like, hey, I need to find help. Can you help and accept my request? And then, of course, you know, the government's like, no, we can't really do that because we can't do it. The last time we did something like this, we got in a lot of trouble for it. A lot of people and politicians in, you know, Japan bitched at us, even though they don't know the entire situation. And you had it to where that went down, and that's kind of why they're not really wanting to move when it comes to this other dragon. And so Itami most likely is going to be the main person that's going to be saving the day, because with the ending part of the episode, you have it to where, like, everybody's saying Itami would do it, Itami would do it, yeah, Itami would definitely do it, and I'm like, yeah, he's definitely going to come in, she's going to see him, there's probably going to be an awkward situation where she's like, oh my god, I, you know, thought you were a person that was doing perverted things to Rory, and we're probably going to get some form of awkward situation like that, to where, which will lead into the upcoming arc. So yeah, I mean, Gate, this week, it was a good episode, but it does not feel like a finale. I just cannot express that enough. For this to be the first, you know, series of this anime season to end, it just does not feel like that. It just feels like let's say an episode 2 or an episode 3 just ending. That's how it is. Gate, my overall impressions, like, this is my impressions of Gate after this episode. It was an enjoyable ride. I mean, it had its ups and downs, I won't deny that, but it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And I mean, this ain't the best series ever, definitely not the best series of summer 2015, but it still had its fun moments. And I did enjoy Rory as a character. She was best girl of this series. Itami being a little bit of a badass, I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. And I mean, all other sorts of scenes in this series that was actually really good. So tell me your thoughts. I mean, how do you feel about this finale? Do you have similar thoughts I do about the way this was ended? And are you ready for the second half to come out in January? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please be safe. Chibi out.